So I want to switch gears a little bit to the
Yeah,
businessy side of things. Obviously, you guys have made a fairly, let's say, fairly successful business off the back
yeah,
of this. You and I
we're
think
we're
is
trying to get there. Yeah,
I think is you and four others, correct?
yeah.
Yeah. So how did this idea to kind of start this business form? Was it all five of you originally, or how did that kind of show up? And then did you guys have the anticipation that you would be where you are now, or did you just kind of were you just kind of winging it the whole time, being like we just like taking pictures and we'll see where it goes?
Yeah, so I'll give credit where it's due. The two OG Triad Studios members and our logo, our name has stayed the same since day one.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from with the area we live in. It's people would think it's a triad, and they're like, "Wait, you have five people," but it's three because it's a triad. But Triad is actually where we're from. It's called the Triangle area. It's Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we named it that. But the OG two members are Bacher and Mikey, and they became best friends in high school. But around the time that they were starting Triad, I had just bought my first camera. And the backstory of me knowing those guys is that when I moved back to North Carolina when I was 8, Bacher was my neighbor, and we were best friends growing up. So they
Okay.
started Triad because they saw people like Sam Colder, Jay Alvarez on YouTube making really dope content that wasn't really popular yet. And they're like, hey, they're creative people just like me. They're like, hey, I want to do this stuff and I'll get paid to travel pretty much. And it just so worked out that I just bought my first camera, and me and Bacher, I used to get off from work waiting tables at an Italian restaurant like 10:30, go home, change, and then by midnight, me and Bacher would be out in downtown Raleigh shooting together. Um, yeah, it was just that kind of fiery passion amongst the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of plateaued a little bit because we were just freelancers in our sophomore, junior years of college, not really knowing what we wanted to do, not really knowing the business aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then we really started taking off when Bacher met Justin and Tristan at
Mm-hmm.
the Keenan Flagler Business School at UNC. And Tristan and Justin, just like us, super creative guys, but they wanted to start their own media production company because they also had a passion for videography. And instead of trying to fight for the same business in the same area of Chapel Hill, we all got on a house party call. And I distinctly remember this call because Parker was like, hey, I want you to meet these two guys. We might do business with them one day. And I was shirtless in my bed. And these guys show up. I'm pretty sure they're in polos and button downs, just like ready to have a business call. And I'm shirtless in bed meeting my future co-founders, which if you know us now, it's very on brand for me to do.
Yeah.
But but yeah, and so we just without any real question, naively said, let's have five co-founders in a startup. And that's just what we did. And that they kind of brought that business aspect that we were missing,
Mm-hmm.
not because they were better business people, but because with five brains put together, we could really excel in our own individual areas of business and not just be creative, but also move a company forward to be profitable and sustain our lives.
Definitely. That's really cool. So how did you guys get I think when we were talking before, you said it was what, January 1st of 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, January 1st, 2018 is when we officially became a company.
So you guys got all the paperwork done, all the legal stuff,
Yeah.
and then how do you guys get started? Because once you start your business, you have to find a way to get customers. So how did you guys go about getting customers? Do you guys have consistent customers? Um, Kind of like what sort of did you have to branch out and to do any work that you guys weren't doing before to get customers, or how did that all kind of fit together?
Yeah, so in the beginning, we thought we could be a one-stop shop for
Mm-hmm.
any brand, any company. And our very first customer was a medical customer. And we got $500 to make video, to do a website. And to us, $500, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And now $500 like gets you a photo shoot, a
Yeah.
short photo shoot. But we thought we could do it all. And what we've realized is that for us to be successful, we have to be highly skilled in one area, which means that we have to cut a lot of other stuff out. And our gear, our camera gear also reflects that we are very highly specialized in one area.
Hmm.
Because when people go to look for a video company, they don't go look for a marketing company that does video. They want the best of the best. And so we had to niche down in our marketplace, but all five of us being super social people
Hmm.
and being really tightly connected with our departments at school also really helped, because I think our first really big project was actually the University of Mary Washington. And it was crazy how that one happened, because I was in Dan Wolf's movie marketing class,
Hmm.
or it was either Dan Wolf's movie marketing class or Majid's marketing class. And I was
Hmm.
sitting next to this girl, and for our group project, we had to make a video. And so I was basically just like, guys, it's going to be a lot more work if we try to collaborate on this video. Just let me make the video. And so I made the video. We got an A on it. He still shows it every day, every semester in class. And she just so happened to be the UMW Giving Day intern. And they were kind of indifferent about the video that was uh, the video vendor and the product that they used the year before.
Hmm.
So she brought it up with her supervisor, who reached out to me. And then we ended up going back and forth and eventually coming up with our biggest deal to date, which I won't disclose the dollar figure, but it
Oh,
was
good.
pretty substantial money for a startup.
Sure.
And, and that was around the time that Bacher, Tristan, and Justin, who are all UNC Kenan Flagler Business School members, they were just kind of poking at their professors, poking at the faculty there.
Hmm.
And we were getting big contracts with them too. So in the beginning, when we were students, like seniors in college, we thought that we were just going to be successful and make university and college videos the rest of our lives. But there's a kind of some stipulations that go with that, because
Yeah.
everything you do has to go through a hierarchy. And we quickly found out that that's not really the way we wanted to go,
Hmm.
which is really unfortunate, because I'll answer your second question now.
Okay.
We get the majority of our business through word of mouth. And we've tried cold calling, we've tried cold emailing. There was a summer that we'd come in, the five of us collectively, and send 10,000 emails a week. And we got one sale from it the entire summer. So that really changed the way that we do our product, because now we know we have to make every video that we make, no matter who the client is, as good as possible,
Hmm.
because it's a referral based industry. People aren't going to look at your metrics, they're going to look at your work, and if they like your work, they're going to hire you.
Right.